It's War Dragon time, RPW here with a cup of coffee and trying to contemplate what it is I'm going to tell you about myself. So if you don't already know, today's video is actually going to be about who is RPW. Now, RPW is my nickname, which is short for Royal Pain Wife, and Royal Pain Wife is my in-game name. Now, there is an interesting story behind my name, believe it or not. I know I had one player once in league chat, I think they were trying to, of course, troll me, but they said, oh, that's unique. Well, it is unique to me, and the reason is because it stems from my husband's name. My husband was on a team a long time ago. I don't remember what he called it. It's something Royal something. And I guess all of the players on there had put Royal with their name, and our last name is Payne. So his name in the game is XX Royal Pain XX, and I decided, I wonder if Royal Pain Wife would fit, and it did. So I officially became Royal Pain Wife, which, yes, means he has been playing far longer than I have. I would say about a year and a half longer in total. So this man, my husband, had been playing this game for over a year, and I remember getting very frustrated because we'd be laying down for bedtime and he'd be on this game. We'd get up on the weekend and try to enjoy a cup of coffee, and he's playing this game, and I was just getting so frustrated because I'm like, dude, why are you on this game? And he'd say, oh, I'm in a war, I gotta do, my team's counting on me or whatever. And I'd be like, okay, whatever. So I'd do my own thing. Well, I think it was back, I know it was back in September, like early September. I think it was like September 2nd of last year. My husband was at it again, and I got frustrated. I'm like, what is the deal? Why are you playing this game? And trust me, he had showed me things before. Showed me his dragons. He showed me how the game works. He even created an account for me that he ended up using it for an alt because he thought I would play it, but I didn't. And so, sure enough, out of spite, I downloaded it. And I thought, I'm going to go see how stupid this game really is and what his deal is. Well, I was the fool because I very quickly had fallen in love. Now, once I was able to reach a level where I could join a team, I, of course, joined the team he was on at the time. And it was pretty cool being able to join this team because it was up in the higher gold level. So not only was I able to be already up in gold, not higher gold level, it was like mid to low gold level, but I was able to get good egg tokens at that size. And I also had my husband there, who I think at the time was like a level 70, which doesn't seem like much, but to someone who's like a level 10, that's a pretty big deal. So he helped me grow tremendously in a very short period of time. And then, of course, another player joined the team shortly thereafter, which is someone I call Kevin. I mention him a lot on this channel, who really helped me a lot. He was like my personal tutor within the game. He would teach me what I'm doing, wrong. He would tell me how to fix it, but in such a kind and useful way. And then, of course, he was always very encouraging and very helpful. And it's really cool because he's that way with a lot of other players. It's not just one single player. This guy, I think the thing he enjoys most is literally helping others. So shortly thereafter, because I was able to grow so quickly, I ended up becoming an officer on the team that I was on and helped them grow tremendously and climb all the way to Platinum League. However, in that time span, I also had this drive to want to earn a bunch of extra little goodies so I could grow even quicker. So I started doing a bunch of referrals. I was inviting people on my Facebook, I was inviting my friends, I was inviting family. And then, of course, some of them actually joined me on my team, which was my mother, my father, my sister, and so forth. However, once our team reached Platinum, many of us were too low level to even make any good points in the PvPs, so we decided that it wasn't the best team for us anymore. So I decided to start a lower level team, lower league team, so that we could enjoy playing together as a family versus playing for everybody else. This did cause a little bit of hardship, and I think that's very unfortunate because, well, that wasn't the intention. But now, since then, we have created a team that is now in the Platinum Leagues, which I think I started my team at the very end of the fall season. So, and it's just now going into summer. So it's taken us a while. I'd say I think we went into the Platinum League about 3-4 weeks ago, maybe a little longer. So we really did take our time, and I think that helped out my parents tremendously. But because of all the referral bonuses and all the prizes I got for it, I was able to grow really fast. Now, granted, I still made a lot of mistakes. It's funny, even though I had utilized things like the forums and other YouTube channels and wardragons.info, which helped me a lot, don't get me wrong, I was so hyper focused in on events that I wasn't thinking about base building, I wasn't thinking about my growth and so forth. I was just focused in on getting big points, which can hurt you in the end. So over the time, I'd realized the mistakes I made, and I would try to help others on my team. However, when another low player would come in, I would try to explain it over and over and over again, and I ended up making videos for everybody on my team regularly. So I thought, this would be a lot easier if I just created my own channel where everybody can come in and see this, and it will actually help diminish this issue for everyone, especially for low-level players. So that's why I dubbed my channel a low-level player for War Dragons, basically for low levels. And the reason I do that is also because I don't have a ton of experience yet. There's a lot I still need to learn before I could teach someone equal to me, or definitely higher to me. Although it has been such an honor to have a lot of high-level players in here watching my videos, giving me thumbs up, supporting me, and even calling me out whenever I actually teach them something new, which is pretty cool. Now, with that being said, I have since starting this team, I have actually ended up becoming a part of the Creators Faction. Now, there are some misconceptions as to what the Creators Faction is and how you enter the Creators Faction and all these things. Now, the Creators Faction is basically a group of players within the War Dragons community that have been accepted into this special group of people. And they generally get in there because of their contributions to the War Dragons community. However, people like Odin unfortunately can't be within it right now because he's under the age of 18. So that's another thing. You also have to be over the age of 18, and I think that's a liability reason. However, the misconceptions are that we work for them, or that we get paid by them, or that we are basically tongue-tied where we can't say anything negative, which is absolutely untrue. If there's a dragon I come across that is not my favorite, or there's issues with it, I am more than welcome to do a review on that, as long as it's honest and fair. If negative is honest and fair, then that's fine. Of course, they're not going to want us to completely slander their name. But, I mean, if you're going to be a part of the Creators Faction, it's because you have a love for this game. So, with that being said, that is who Royal Pain Wife is. But my real name is actually Christy. And I'm currently living in Wisconsin. That is not where I'm from, however. And I am many things. I am, of course, first and foremost, a mother and wife. But I'm also a professional photographer. I went to school for cosmetology and aesthetics. And then, of course, I'm also an artist. I do everything from restoring furniture to creating crafts and other different type of art projects I end up getting myself into. So there are a lot of things that really surround me besides being an RPW YouTuber / playing in the game or whatever, which can have its challenges because I'm also working. I work at a Chinese restaurant currently right now because I don't want to transfer licensings or start a new business here. And then, of course, I also am in college. So trying to balance out all these things can be one hell of a struggle. So the best thing that I have found when it comes to balancing my game is kind of scheduling out the way I do things. So I've got a time frame set aside that I go to work for at lunch shift and then at dinner shift. And then, of course, I also balance out by scheduling out my time for college, my chores, prepping for, the meals that week, packing my husband's lunches, or whatever I have to do. But it really leaves a very small window of opportunity for War Dragon playtime and, of course, making these videos. So usually when it comes to the videos, I have to get up at the ass crack of dawn at 5 a.m. in the morning to start out these videos for you guys. So with that being said, because I get up super early in the morning to do these videos, there are times that I might say something that I, say something wrong, or I mispronounce something, and I don't catch it because I don't know, it's like, takes like 3 listens in, or if somebody else listening to hear your mistakes. So I do apologize that happens. However, I'm just a human and I don't give a shit. So with that being said, when it comes to my Talk Dragon Tuesday, I do try my best to put out as accurate as information as I can. But I do start those at 5 in the morning, and I don't usually get that uploaded until I'm literally driving to work around noon. So I don't even have time to even listen to it before I even get it uploaded, because I'm needing to get to work and I want to get that out there for you guys. So if there is ever a mistake, you're more than welcome to put that in the comment section below. But if I've mispronounced something, or if it's something redundant, please hold back your comments, because that's just ridiculous. Outside of that, I do tend to set my alarms for the middle of the night or early in the morning for PvPs. And then the reason I do my Talk Dragon Tuesdays on Tuesday, that video show, is because there's not really anything going on in the game. There's no events. So the rest of the week, like Mondays, I usually do my, after the event is over, once the event is ended, I'll start preparing for Talk Dragon Tuesdays and so forth. And then the rest of the week in the mornings, I'm just doing either the video, or I'm sending out messages to my team, or I'm working on whatever the event is currently. So it really can be a struggle if I wouldn't get up so early. So my day starts at 5 in the morning, sometimes a little earlier. And a lot of times I don't get to bed till between 11 and 12 at night. So there are some days I'm going on 5 hours of sleep making you these videos. It is quite interesting. Now, usually on those, I will do a interview with someone, which is basically what this video is about. It goes to Talk Dragon Tuesday for this week. Now, to do a really quick overview with you guys without me actually asking myself questions, I'm going to kind of give you the answers that I ask of other people. For example, one of the questions I ask others is, what is your favorite dragon? Okay, well, currently my favorite dragons, because I have 2, is going to be 4 and Equester. Now, the reason I say 2 is because I am higher level than I should be, so I tend to have to take both of them in. However, I'd say my favorite dragon outside of event dragons is going to have to be Ember. Ember is one of those dragons that you can count on no matter what, which is the reason I renamed it to Adam, because, well, that's my husband's name, and I can count on him no matter what. As for my favorite my favorite event, it would probably have to be the Fortification. I think that you can get some major points and some awesome sigils within that compared to any of the other events. I really like going out and hunting and working together as a team in there as well. My least favorite event would have to be the breeding event. I like the fact that it's fast and it's easy, but my problem with the breeding event is it is super hard to get a hold of egg tokens. I mean, it is truly a challenge, especially for people in the gold or the silver leagues. And the amount of points that you have to earn in order to get sigils is outrageous compared to that. So I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of redundancy with it. Why does it cost 20 egg tokens in order to breed once? Why not just balance it out, give us less egg tokens and make it 1? I don't get the whole math concept on any of that personally. So outside of that, my favorite PvP would have to be the Kingdom Wars, and my least favorite PvP would have to be the fight pits. And the reason for that is because I think the fight pits is so extreme, where I think the Kingdom Wars is something where you have to really work together and create a strategy and work together as a team. And I think that is just so fun. And I'm trying to think of what other questions I ask out there. Oh yeah, so what was the biggest challenge for me? That's the one I ask a lot of people. I think my biggest challenge in this game would have had to have been, I don't know. I think there's a lot of challenges out there. I think the biggest mistake I've made, I wouldn't say a challenge, was building my base according to the events versus, a strength factor. But I feel like I've began overcoming that quite a bit. So that would actually have to go into my biggest tip, which is, don't build things just because of points. Don't breed things just because of points. You really want to work towards your progression over the points within the season. However, you really need to work on your points as well. So if you're not going in every day and logging in and getting your tokens and so forth, that's a serious mistake. And then I think one of the biggest things that I wish I had knew earlier on would have had to have been what that egg token bonus feature meant, because you just can't get enough egg tokens. And that's one of my beliefs, because especially as you get bigger and bigger into the game, it costs more and more and more. And then the thing I look forward to the most is becoming an Atlas team. I really want to start learning Atlas now. I think I'm ready for that. And I want to just dive into it and see what that's all about. So that is pretty much my spin on War Dragons. And if I was to do any type of interview, that's what my interview would be. Now, here's the cool part. I was planning to do a live stream today where I was going to do some attacks, maybe some defenses from you guys, but I've decided that because we're packing up today for the big trip, there's just no way I can squeeze it in. There's just too much going on. However, we are going to bring that live stream in the car, and I'll actually be doing this as we're driving home to visit family. So if you have any specific questions that you want me to answer, whether it's personal or about the game, as long as it's appropriate, then be sure to put that in the comments section below this video, because I will go ahead and answer those questions during that video. And then be sure to check in with me, because it'll be sometime tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure what time. It'll depend on when, the traffic isn't bad and when we're in a good location for streaming and so forth. But tomorrow I will be going live from there. And I think it's going to be pretty fun, because I'm going to get my kids involved too. And you'll probably hear some complaints about my war dragoning from them. So be sure to check back for that tomorrow. That's also when I plan to announce and have my drawing for this week's giveaway. So be sure to check in on that as well. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to put your questions in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, before you leave, be sure to give my video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and have a happy hunting.